Hello everyone, welcome to the Women in Agriculture series presented by NL Young Farmers Forum and Agriculture in the Classroom NL. Today we'll be traveling to Melville in the beautiful Tuckaway Valley on the west coast of our province. There we will be talking with Megan Sams, co-owner of Tuckaway Farm. Let's go!
Gwe de Louise Megan nín olnú ach inclacapn Kid Renee Sams ach nudge Jerry Sams Gorabexi Gadaliscook Tachamgug. Hello, my name's Megan Sams. I'm a Megamo, Inclacapn and mixed settler farmer in my home community and traditional territory, Gadalisk, or Tuckaway Valley, here on the southwest coast of Newfoundland. My parents are Renee Sams and Jerry Sams. And this is our farm, Tuckaway, located in the valley in Millville. We're called Tuckaway Farm Apiary and Apothecary. And we're a small, mixed use, regenerative farm. We've been here on this farm operating as Tuckaway since 2019. But I was born and brought up right across the road from our farm here and have kept a garden. I think my first garden I had when I was about 6 years old, and I've always, I've kept one ever since. When I say regenerative agriculture, what I mean is that we work with the land and with the natural world processes and rhythms. We're not trying to work against the natural world, we're working with it in our practices. We follow organic practices, but within reason. We don't spray for insecticide, or we don't spray insecticides or pesticides, herbicides. We do use compost. We don't use commercial fertilizer. We use a lot of bedding and manure from the animals in our compost systems, so that anything that could be considered waste is actually putting good nutrition back into the soil we're working with. We're constantly building up soil by using green cover crops and green manures as well. And examples of green manures would be clover, buckwheat, oats, perennial ryegrass. These are all plants that grow a lot of leafy matter in a short amount of time and can be turned back into the earth without tilling. So when they die back, they create a beautiful grass mat that we can plant directly into or put compost on top of to build layers within the soil of different nutrient layers for different types of root systems. To work in agriculture, I feel that time management is a pretty crucial skill, but baseline understanding of your community and how you can best serve as a small business in a community is a good skill as well. So understanding your place and your people around you, working together to feed people around you. That's what making food is, growing food and making food is all about in the end. And I think when that ethic is transferred to an agricultural project or an agricultural business, then you can almost guarantee a success. For us, we start our day around 6 in the morning, but that first 2 to 3 hours is often spent on our art practices, visiting with each other, and then we get to step into our farm roles, which, as I mentioned, are different on the day-to-day and from season to season. Right now we're prepping beds for the winter, so understanding rhythms and cycles of the natural world is a crucial element as well. But there's a lot of small business practices that are essential to understand probably before you get into the agricultural industry. Understanding finances, bookkeeping will all save you time and money when you're handling your own marketing and books. So you have to have a little bit, be able to wear a lot of different hats and stay connected to why you're doing the work you do. Working in agriculture, I get to work at home, work from home, have time for my art practice, my family, and at the same time provide for our basic needs, food, shelter. We get good food year round and never have to worry about where it's coming from. Everything from our vegetables, meats, eggs, and honey. So we get to eat well in our home place together, and that's what will keep me always having a farm. Day to day at Tuckaway, I work very closely with my partner in love and life, Ash Hall. He's the co-owner and farmer of Tuckaway. We also work with our good friend and farmhand, studio hand, Matt English, and we all carry the same roles. So we all tend to animals, the plants, we do honeybee inspections together, harvest honey, package honey, make soap. Every day looks different. We could be making buildings, checking on honeybees, feeding pigs, starting plants, transplanting, turning compost, picking up eggs, serving customers. We have an on-farm farm stand that's open 3 days a week where we sell all of our wares and vegetables, culinary herbs. This is our on-farm farm stand. We stock all of our body care on the back wall here, as well as all of our vegetables, eggs, culinary herbs, and honey on the counter. We also carry other producers' storage crops, because those are crops we don't focus on. We grow mainly table crops and culinary herbs and the harder to find stuff. So we carry other producers, turnip, potato, carrots, locally made kombucha, as well as artwork from other visual artists. So we're kind of a low tech, yet old tech farm. We do employ a little bit of technology that helps us stay on top of planting schedules and extend our season. One piece of technology we rely on really heavily is this greenhouse behind me. We plant inside the greenhouse in seed trays every 10 days so that when we harvest a plant for sale or for eating or for the freezer, we plug another plant right back in to take its place and to regenerate the nutrition that the previous plant took from the soil. So we're always companion planting and rotating our crops for best soil health and therefore vegetable output. So we rely on this greenhouse. Another thing that we do that might not seem like technology is the tall raised beds you'll see in this film. We make them tall so that when we are elders, our bodies can still handle the labor without pain, hopefully. When we have these beds built up, we can also build the soil up as per a crop need. It's easier to control what's going in the bed, so if we need more nitrogen, we're adding more manure. If we need more potassium, we're adding something else. If we need to sweeten it, we can have these isolated pockets of the soil type perfect for the crop we want to focus on. And in our apiary, we have recently moved to horizontal Langstroth hives. So in my 13 years of beekeeping, I've always kept them in vertical boxes, and have noticed over the years that every time I break open a colony, there's a little bit of rupture of wax and propolis seal, and we always squish bees. We found that the benefits of using this type of box are mainly ergonomic and for honeybee health and safety. When we're harvesting what could be 500, 600, 800 pounds of honey, we simply have to lift it from our hip height rather than bending and lifting 100-pound boxes of honey. So this way, we lift the lid, lift out a frame, we squish less bees, we disturb them less when we're working with them. So it's an overall more pleasant experience for them and for us, I think. Another piece that we use on the farm to extend our growing season are cloche covers for the raised bed. Each raised bed is 8 by 4 feet. And each cloche is 8 by 4 feet. So we can lift them up, put them on the bed, they fit, and then the crop inside can grow until about January, depending on what it is. So we're usually eating broccoli, kale, salad mixes, and different herbs until the new year, when we start growing in the greenhouse again in about February or early March. I think agriculture needs more perspective from women and non-binary people, because it's that perspective that will shape the industry into a world way and life view that we want to see more of. The way you can help your perspective and understanding of agriculture and how you might want to do it by visiting farms, talking to farmers, eating more vegetables to find out what you like, and then developing a vision of a small farm here.